What's up, guys? This is Tom with another Amazon video. Today, we're going to be talking about Amazon main images. Your main image is the single most important thing that is within your control that you can easily fix or do to improve your sales. It is probably the most underrated tactic that brands overlook. And so today I'm going to show you guys how to improve your main image, the creative strategy framework that we use for hundreds of brands in the past 10 years. So we're going to get started. I'm going to prove to you quickly why it is so important. Which of these products would you click? Green Vibrance or Bloom? Both of these do millions of dollars. One does a lot more than the other. It's pretty obvious, especially when you think about it in the context of a sea of brands that you're combing through as you're searching for green powders on Amazon. Bloom clearly is the winner here just because of the color that they're leveraging. It's a light-ish green. It occupies a lot more space. The form factor is a little different. Anyways, this is just a small and short example of why it is so important. Today, again, we're going to walk through the creative strategy framework. And by the end of this video, this 5-minute video, you will have all of the tools necessary to go out and have a stellar main image. So when it comes to the main image, there are 3 pillars that we leverage when it comes to understanding what you need to do when creating a main image. So there's 3 elements. The first one we're going to start with is a product focus. And when you think about what that means, there are tons of use cases. If you sell a soap, if you sell a popcorn maker, you have a product that can be emphasized in the main image. So here are 3 examples. You have Spindrift, Free AF, and sort of a green Japanese matcha brand, Naoki. And so all 3 of these incorporate the product in what we consider inaction, right? A boring main image or a less clickable main image would be Free AF without that bottle or that glass filled with the mixer, right? Or Spindrift without the fruit right next to the can. So that's what we mean by product-focused main images. That is a really important element when thinking about how you stand out in the search results. The second creative strategy framework that we like to use is if you can't do a product focus, think about how you could do a placement focus. So what does that mean? Placement means the main image optimizes around the placement of the products within the real estate that you're given on the Amazon platform. So an example would be Recess doing the 4 stack of bottles in front and behind each other. Honest Baby with the layout of the t-shirts in sort of a non-horizontal or vertical, but a diagonal sort of layout, really eye-catching, or Element having sort of the rainbow colors. And so placement's really important. There's a lot of barren white image space on the search results page. And so when you are creating your main image, it's really important to try to occupy as much of the real estate that Amazon gives you as possible. The last the last sort of creative strategy framework that we like to leverage is a packaging focus. So a lot of the times some brands may not have this available to them, but it's super important when thinking about how do I stand out in, again, a sea of competition. Packaging is really nice to emphasize in your main image. So whether that's a box or a bag, poly bag, whatever you have that can hopefully convince the customer either you have a little bit more brand equity, you care about your brand, you care about your presentation. It's an awesome way to sort of showcase why your brand is more important to that customer than another brand. A lot of brands sort of skip this part. So outside of the technical requirements that are needed, that you need to complete to have a stellar main image, think about the pixels and all of the stuff that Amazon requires you to have when it comes to having a main image. You really should try to emphasize one of these 3 focuses: product, placement, or packaging. Sometimes you can have all three. And so we like to keep a repository of all of our favorite brands that have amazing main images. So Dude Wipes, again, they have sort of a placement and product focus. Super Greens has a product and placement focus. So they got the fruits, or sorry, I should say the vegetables as well. They occupy a ton of the space. Olipop has placement and the packaging, right? They have the box that it comes in, they have the colors. It just looks awesome. And so as you're going through your creative process, do not forget that the main image is the single most important thing you can control that can increase clicks and therefore conversions. Take the time, invest in it. We have also an SOP that we follow and that we send to brands whenever they ask us for help on main images. If you want access to this SOP, read the description in the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you're looking for more of this type of content, and we'll be back for more.